Welcome back to Main Street Living. Quincy, Tom, with inflation still on the rise, many of us are feeling the pinch and looking for ways to spend less on our hard earned cash on all those monthly bills, right?
That's absolutely right. Between rent or mortgage, groceries, and gas, sometimes it seems like there isn't anything left over once we paid for all the necessities. Dustin Lemick is here with some tips on how we can trim down our insurance bills. Welcome, Dustin. We're ready for some major trimming, some cut costing on our insurance. Why are costs like that rising on every front? Why are
Yeah,
prices of
yeah.
insurance policies going up higher?
Well, first off, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it. So insurance costs and insurance is no different than most other products and services today that are being affected by inflation. The rising costs of goods and sort of the squeeze on supply chains is affecting really the whole life cycle of insurance in most lines of business. The things that are affecting consumers, products, those types of consumer products are being affected. So homeowners, like you're seeing the rise in homeowners insurance, auto insurance, really across the board. The reason, to your question, the reason why this is happening is claims on claims, replacement costs, right? If there's an issue with your house, you need a repair or any type of like replacements on goods, the prices have all risen. And so insurance has to adjust just like anything else. There's another piece of it as well, which is incident rates. Like you're seeing incident rates like rising pretty dramatically. Auto is a very good example of this. You're seeing a lot of texting and driving, which is obviously a big no-no, and that is driving incident rates up, which in turn causes insurance companies to raise rates pretty much across the board.
Wow. Well, with Dustin, these days, of course, we're all trying to find ways to save a little money here and there. But what are some things we might look into, right, to find some savings on our insurance plans?
So one of the really good things that's happened in insurance, like a lot of other industries, is transparency. There is so much transparency in terms of products and product availability online. So if you are, I'm recommending to everybody, and we talk a lot at Brightco about reshopping your insurance, taking another look. Most folks don't love shopping for insurance. It's not really a pleasurable thing, but it's really important to do. And a lot of folks kind of push it off. But the thing that I would really highlight is it's not as complicated today or confusing or hard as you would assume. There's lots of resources online, a lot of places, Brightco included. You can get quotes in very short amount of time. We offer a quote in 30 seconds. Wow. So yeah, and you can buy a policy with us. You could buy a policy in 2 minutes. And so take a second look, reshop for your policy. Some rates are going up as high as 40%, and that is significant. So it is worth shopping.
And you could do this shopping online, but you right now could give us some tips on how we can get adequate coverage and maybe adjust these policies a little bit to bring down the price.
Yeah. So the first thing you want to start with is your coverage, like you just mentioned. You want to make sure that you have adequate coverage, but you also want to make sure you don't have extras in there that you might not need. And so this is part of the shopping. I mean, this is really about just saying, hey, look, go to your current carrier, say, I just want to review my coverage, or whether you work with a broker, an agent, or if you just have, one of the large national carriers. Look at your coverage, make sure that coverage is correct, and then go online and basically take that coverage amount. And there's kind of these formulas online. You can kind of just plug it right in. They'll ask, some of these websites, they're kind of aggregator type websites. Think of like Kayak, but for insurance. And they'll just lay it out for you. And a lot of them, they'll just ask for what's considered your deck page, which is the front page of your insurance policy. And if you upload that into some of these systems, they'll literally price all of this out for you. And so they make it really easy and really transparent.
Gotcha. Now, on the personal side, my insurance broker had sold his company, right? And then the company that bought it They immediately sold it. So now it's run by a corporation, right? So now I'm sitting here trying to contemplate, do I change brokerage companies? Because I don't know, dealing with them versus dealing with the person I've been with for the past 20 years. So any advice on that?
Yeah, I mean, that's happening quite a bit. There's consolidation, just exactly like you said. Everybody's a little bit different. Like for me, I think that there's just great resources online and kind of really good pricing and sort of going kind of quote unquote direct to consumer, which we do. And what, I'll use us as an example again. Brightco is a jewelry and watch specialty insurance company. So if you have valuables, if you have there's this concept of like unbundling actually, where you can get better coverage and better pricing by going to one company for your jewelry insurance, one company for your auto, one company for your home, because the industry is getting very specialized. And
why is that important? Sorry for interrupting. I'm just like,
Sure.
Why is it important to have, insurance on your valuables? This is something that we're not used to. Why do you find it important?
So everybody has a different risk tolerance. So it depends on kind of who you're talking to, what your risk tolerance is. By and large, good rule of thumb is if it is going to be really, really painful to come out of pocket to replace it, an engagement ring is a wonderful example. A lot of folks, it is a very painful thing to, or a lot of times not even doable to replace that. That would be a good instance where you want insurance. Something like a camera or something where it's, let's just say $700. And let's just say that is not something you really want to do, but if you had to come out of pocket, then so be it. That would be something you might not want to consider insurance for. So I do think that it's kind of identifying your risk tolerance and then saying, okay, let's go and let's get the protection we need. And insurance is there. You're not going to use it today, but it's hopefully there for you when you actually need it. And that's the whole.
And that's the crux of everything. Well, we certainly thank you. Really quick before we get out of here, tell us how the viewers can get more information.
Yeah, so for us, you can go to www.brite.co. And if anyone wanted to reach out to me directly, I'm on LinkedIn and I'm very active on there. You can just search for my name, Dustin Lemick.
Thank you, my man. Thank you. We certainly appreciate the information and the insight today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem. All right, Tom. Well, now that we are insured, we can also be assured that up next, we've got a service dog named Barney that we don't want to miss. All right, stay right there. We'll be right back.